Welcome back to 52 Weeks of Stats, and today we're going to conclude the topic of should data analysts or statisticians learn a programming language or as much computer science as possible. So I just want to go over the two reasons that we've already discussed. One of them is the ability to communicate with your data. Hopefully you've seen that video. The second one is inadvertently underestimating the workload you're signing up for. And today we're going to discuss deployment. Now, I understand this is a bit advanced for some of you who are just starting off as data analysts or statisticians, but hopefully you will be in a position where you're deploying your model sometime in the future, or the model that you're working on currently will be deployed sometime in the future. Now, it might seem cool to say, hey, I'm just a statistician or a data analyst or a data scientist, so I don't care about deployment. Leave that to the engineering team. It's not my job. I'm not asking you to be an expert in deployment. All I'm asking in this video is I'm asking you to be aware of how your product is going to be deployed. In the short run, it sounds cool. In the long run, you're just creating more issues for yourself. And I have a couple of reasons why. One of the reasons why deployment or keeping track of deployment, or at least understanding the technological platform of your deployment is important is because this allows you to start with the end in mind, right? Different deployment strategies means that your model could be called in different ways, especially when you have to manipulate the data before creating the vector that goes into your model. So understanding the deployment strategy, understanding how data is going to flow from one place to another, which systems it's going to talk to, would allow you to be able to anticipate what issues your model could run into, especially when it needs to be fed that vector that you need to manipulate. The second reason is bugs. Bugs. Remember, when you deploy a product, it is a whole product. Your model is only a small piece of that entire product. So when bugs arise, it could touch several pieces of the entire software, and data science or your statistical model could be one of them. If you understand the deployment strategy, you can quickly help anticipate some of these bugs that will come through in the future and say, hey, the model is to be called this way, is expecting these parameters, it cannot have these missing values. You'll be able to communicate with the team a lot better. So if any part of the deployment strategy could cause you issues, you'll be able to help them do that too. The second is you can anticipate the workload of when a bug comes in, and it is a statistician or a data analyst or a data scientist work to do. Understanding the deployment strategy will allow you to be able to sit back and say, hey, this bug will take X amount of time to fix. And for that reason, it's because it's been deployed this way, or we have to communicate with this system, or this has to be replaced. Not everything requires you to just change a pandas data frame or whatever data frame it is and then plug it into an equation. Next, the second one is remember that whenever your code or your model is deployed, you are quite literally, you're not there to reinterpret the results. So in old statistics days, you write a model, you put the model together, you write your own summary. When you deploy a model, you're not there for the reinterpretation. You're not there for the reinterpretation. And I'll repeat it again. You're not there for the reinterpretation. So what does this mean? Well, if your model is deployed and it somehow has to be displayed in a GUI or a UI or something, understanding the deployment, or at least the technological landscape, or at least what happens to the result of your model as it moves through the software would allow you to sit back, speak with the engineering team, and help them reinterpret the result for different scenarios in the long run. So again, so three reasons why a data analyst or a statistician should learn as much computer science as possible, programming languages as possible, or at least understand the technological landscapes, are these reasons over here. A, the ability to communicate with your data. B, Underestimating how much work you're signing up for is a huge deal, even with these bugs that I just talked about too. And C, deployment. Understanding the deployment can really save you some headaches and some production bugs that could come through, or it'll also help you it actually will help you make the product a lot better with the engineering team if you understand how they are manipulating your results. Thank you. Have a good day.